Hi everyone, I'm Paul of VSee. I'm a solutions engineer. So we have handled some of their Ukraine projects in terms of setting up their clinic, plugging in their specialists, and supporting them throughout the crisis. So I'd like to thank you for being part of this course because we're looking forward to having you learn about what it would look like if you decide to have a telemedicine platform that is based on a disaster response system. So for this short course, I'll be sharing what that use case would look like. In this use case, it's focused on disaster events. Let's say, for example, typhoons, tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, wildfires, and others. So in this use case, there are actually three users: the patient, which you see right now, the dispatcher, and the specialist, which you will be seeing later. So the goal for this one is for a patient to be routed to the correct specialist by a dispatcher to receive proper medical advice from a specialist without needing to go to a hospital. To show you how the patient journey looks like, the patient just goes to the site and simply enters the waiting room over here. Since this is a disaster response use case, there's no need for patient to actually log in. They can proceed as long as they click this button over here and they provide their first name and last name. For this case, let's name our patient Raul Singh. And perhaps the reason for visit is head trauma. Let's just give the consent over here. And then continue on. So as you can see, the fields over there are made simple and fast as well. The goal is to make sure everything stays fast since disaster use cases mostly need to be in contact with the specialist right away. Now we understand that many patients have a hard time downloading apps, so this platform, as you can see, requires no download. They can go and proceed simply by using a browser they actually prefer. At this point, Rahul just has to allow specific permissions, and from here, he gets to be in queue for a dispatcher to answer his call and to route him to the correct specialist. There. So once that's done, that's basically it for the patient end. Now, on the other hand, we have the patient, or rather the dispatcher user over here. So this is what the dispatcher would look like. And their job is to make sure they identify what specific care the patient needs. They can do decision making based on, they can call the patient, they can check some of the information that patient has filled out over here specifically. And from there, they can forward it to the right specialist. Whatever the case, the end goal is to forward it to the correct specialist. So this is where the tagging feature becomes useful. Because on this end, we have placed in 5 different items so that if I select a specific tag over here, it will notify a specific specialist under that specific tag. Let's say, for example, if you have head trauma or fracture, this items will be under or will be routed to the specialist that has these specialties over here. So since this is head trauma, as judged from what the patient placed over here, I will just place in head trauma from here. So from there, that's actually it. The dispatcher, once he has sufficient information to know where to forward the patient, he just has to add the tag to the specific patient. From there, that specialist is notified and can proceed with the consultation with the patient. So from here, let me just show you how the provider or the specialist would look like. On this case, this is how it would look like. So this is already the specialist view. So similar to how we wanted to make the patient journey and dispatcher workflow simple and efficient, we have also set up the specialist dashboard to have everything in one window. You see, they don't need to juggle between multiple apps and windows in one screen. They see the patient over here, the tag that the dispatcher placed, and the basic information of the patient probably for this is this one. So let's say the remote clinician is now ready to take the call. So what they have to do is they just click the call button over here, and that's when the consultation starts. So over here, you would see that there's an option to continue in this browser. And to make things faster, we will continue with this one. So depending on what the specialist need and what the patient has, we've actually used this platform as well to connect to other medical devices. Let's say, for example, otoscope, general scope, hematoscope, and others. That way, the specialist can pinpoint or see better what the situation really is. So over here, there's also an ability to share your screen, to chat over here. And if you want a better view, you can always enter the maximize view over here. So if you want further details about the patient, you can also look at that over here. So once the consultation is done, it's basically just end call and then end visit for all. And basically that's the end of the consultation. See, it's fast, it's simple, doesn't require too much training, and will surely be able to help make things faster for disaster use cases. So we understand that this is one of the basic ideas we have, and just to share, this platform has already catered to more than just disaster use cases. It has also been used by mental health, urgent care, and is also being used by NASA space station to communicate from space to Earth. The idea is that if there are specific features you need to enable or disable, this platform can do that for you. So again, thank you and have a very nice day.